What's going on, guys? So here we are with the Dennis Nedry Getaway pack, and this is my pre-order that finally showed up after all the shenanigans of it being delayed, but finally got it in hand, and I'm going to customize this today. And yes, the elephant in the room, the Jeep is missing the red stripe, as well as a few other little paint details on here that I think that we can enhance and make this thing look a little bit more screen accurate. So fear not, my friends. I'm here to help walk you through the customization process. This is going to be super easy, and we can all right this wrong together. So I'm going to go ahead and get the Jeep out of the box, and we're going to get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do if you want lettering on your tires is you're going to need to swap chassis out with a previous 2018 Legacy Jeep if you have a spare one on hand. I fortunately have this Bush Devil Tracker Custom that I have made, and I don't mind giving it the tires with no lettering on it since it's sort of a fantasy, Kenner Jeep kind of thing. The other thing that you're going to want to do is put the real working winch on the Nedry Jeep, and you're going to want to swap out license plates. So the one that has the real working winch, that is really hard to say. You want to make sure that one has Nedry's license plate with the 12 on it, and that's going to be as simple as taking some really fine tip tweezers and pulling that sticker off. Fortunately, the adhesive on these stickers, or at least on the ones that I have, are not very strong, so I'm actually able to really peel that sticker off very easily and not damage it, and it still actually holds its adhesive structure, or whatever the word is that I'm looking for, so I can actually just stick it right back on with no big deal. But your mileage may vary, your experience may be different, so always approach this with caution and be super careful while peeling your stickers off. You don't want to tear it, but once you get the stickers off, you can just swap them and put the correct sticker on the one with the real working winch. So next up, we're going to talk about the color that I'm going to use for the stripe on the vehicle. Now, this is Vallejo Model Color Scarlet, and this is a nice red-orange color because the red tones on the Jeep aren't quite accurate like they are in the movie. The colors that Mattel uses are really different. And the painted color is sort of a reddish orange color, and it's different from the plastic mold that they use for like the windshield section. So this is a really close match to match that paint. I'm just trying to match the factory paint. I'm not trying to go for like screen accuracy or anything like that. So I've got the Jeep section here where the stripe is. I've got it taped off with some tape. And at the moment, all I have is electrician's tape. I don't have any masking tape for some random reason. But I've got the stripe section taped off, and now I'm going to take the paint, and I'm actually going to put it in a little cup, and then I'm going to thin it down with some airbrush flow improver or airbrush thinner. And I'm actually going to shoot it through my airbrush because I believe this is going to be the best way to get a nice smooth finish on the stripe. But if you don't have an airbrush, you can paint this by hand. Just make sure that you do really thin coats, real even coats, and that'll help cut down on any kind of streakiness that you might have. But as it goes, sometimes paint through a paintbrush and an airbrush may look completely different, but this color works great through an airbrush, and if you have one, I definitely recommend using the airbrush. You can see here I'm going to put a little drop of color on that part right there that I'm trying to match, just so you can kind of see that it really does look very similar to the factory color. So now I've got the paint in the airbrush. I'm going to start laying down a really thin layer at first. Now this paint is going to come out and it's going to look very orange at first. That first layer is going to be really bright, but what I'm going to do is actually just put a first initial coat down, and then I'll go and use my heat gun and I'll dry it, and then I'll apply another coat, and then dry it, and then apply another coat, and then dry that, and I'll apply a third coat to this thing, and then I will put a gloss top coat on top of it to give it a little sheen, because the Jeep does have a sort of shine to it, and that's going to help sort of let it blend into the factory colors that are on it. So I'm going to peel the masking tape off, and we can see the stripe here in all of its glory, and it looks great, blends in with the rest of the Jeep, and it already looks 100 times better. I got some overspray on the vehicle body, but I'll just wipe that off with a paper towel and some rubbing alcohol. Comes off super easy, no big deal. So the next thing that we're going to have to work on is the canvas top and sort of this little weird triangle area right here. Now this is sculpted and it looks like it's metal, but it just looks weird red. So the best thing to do is going to be painting it with a khaki color. But first what I'm going to do is take some of this Citadel bone color, which is essentially just a khaki color. And I'm going to dry brush that over the canvas top just to sort of bring out some of the sculpted detail in it to make it look a little bit more realistic. And then I'm going to go in with a fine tip brush and paint that little corner in with that same Citadel bone color. And that's just going to sort of help everything kind of blend in together. This is definitely a hold your breath moment. If you choose to paint this little triangle right here, you want to make sure that you get nice, straight, clean lines. Now I'm going to take some matte black paint and paint all the little black details all over the Jeep. And the Legacy one, the original one from 2018, has a little black vent on the top part painted. They did not paint it on this one here, so we'll just take some jet black acrylic paint and I'll paint in that little black vent as well as the black clamps that hold the hood down. And then I'll go in and paint the little step board right here where you step into the Jeep. And I'll paint the windshield wipers black as well. And then the little orange light on the side, we'll paint that with some orange paint. Very, very simple here. And then I'll grab these side mirrors and paint the little arms on those things black like they are on the actual Jeep. And we'll pop those into place, and it's already looking killer. I'm digging this right here already. Look at that. It's coming to life, guys. So pretty much done with the custom. Now I'm just going to reassemble everything. That way Nedry can make his way to the East Dock. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You found the information provided useful, and it has helped inspire you to get out there and modify and improve your Dennis Nedry Jeep. If you do, remember to tag me over on Instagram at Ted Brothers. I always love to see what you guys can come up with. For more Jurassic-related content, you know where to find me. Links will be in the description box below. You guys take care, and I'll see you in the next video.